You weren't kidding, Floyd. She's an angel. Yeah, buddy, look at this beauty, you guys. Oh, she is pretty. This thing is gorgeous, you guys. This thing is a really nice car. This is the one we just picked up, by the way. If you guys are new to the channel, just picked her up. Oh, 4-speed SS Tribute. Just been restored recently. Not all the way 100, at least not to the GP standard, but we're gonna do a few little things, not a lot, but we're gonna start by lowering the car. That's what this video is about, you guys. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. She's nice, you guys. I really like this car. I'm not gonna lie to you. You get attached really quick because it reminds me of the old shake and bake we used to have. Remember that one? But before we continue the video, I do have some more of the rear diffusers, guys, in stock. I don't have one on this car yet. Well, I don't know if we will or not put one on, but if you guys are new to the channel, I have these custom diffusers that I offer on my website on gooseperformance.com. Go check it out. It gives you a place to put your exhaust, and along with some you can call them fins, shark fins, whatever you want to call them, but they go right down there and look really good. But you guys, this thing is impressive up top, right? But to me, the most impressive is actually underneath the car. Let's get it up and show you what we're talking about. Oh yeah, so what we're working with today, lowering springs. These are 2-inch lowering springs. Now, I probably would have went with the UMI, but they're out of stock. Everything's so hard to get right now. It probably would have been a month minimum out. These got here the next day. So as a matter of fact, we need to open these things up real quick. Oh, what? I didn't want a couple sandwiches. Bam, there we go. Look at that, you guys. Man, these look good. I love the red. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big fan of red as well. Not to mention it'll match the car. Guys, we still need a name for the car. Let me know. Put some comments down below. We should name the car, and if you guys got a good name for it. But these will look good. Quick tip and trick, try to leave them in the wrapper, at least the fronts. The fronts are always a pain in the butt, but try to leave them in the wrapper. It'll kind of help you from getting scratched on the install. The backs not so much, because they usually just pop right in. They're not really hard to put in, but the fronts for sure, if they obviously have a wrapper, try to leave them in there. But let's go ahead and get the car up in the air real quick. Not too shabby, boys, not too shabby. He's a little bit dirty, but it's literally just stuff you can wipe off. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this thing has been gone through. Every single part of this car has been touched. The frame was powder coated a while back. Like I said, this thing has about 200 miles since probably since he rebuilt this thing, and didn't really drive it. He's owned the car for about 30+ years. It's crazy, the stuff he was telling me. But yeah, this thing was a freaking good looking car. We just got to clean her up a little bit, dust her off, wipe her off, and do a few little goodie upgrades, you know. Start with these springs. Let's go ahead and remove these springs, you guys. These are pretty easy to do. All you got to do is really move this rear end a little bit further down, allow it to drop just a tad, and we should be able to pull these out. And just like that, you guys should be able to put the spring in. I'm just playing, you guys. I went ahead and put that one on just so you guys can see how good these are gonna look. But I know, how do we get this thing off? What's the easiest way? What's the best way? Now I'll give you two options, you guys. You don't need really, first option, you don't need any tools really, maybe a pry bar. Second option, you can always remove the shock here. If you loosen that shock up, it should give you enough clearance and enough room for that rear end to move around. You should be able to pull it out. The other option is literally all you got to do is push up on it. And I'll show you here in a sec. Push up on it from the bottom of the car. Now I know you guys don't have a lift, so this might not be the best way, but if you push up on it from the bottom of the car and you uncup it from where it sits there, it should drop right out. Let me show you. Like I said, but second way is just to remove that shock strut. It should drop this rear end a little bit and enough to pull it out. I hope you guys can see this angle. So all I'm literally gonna do is take my hands, put them down here and just push up, basically compress the spring and get it to where it comes off this cup right here. Right, here we go. Just like that, boys. Woo! It definitely takes some juice. I went the wrong way, boys. Went the wrong way. There we go. It always looks so much easier on YouTube, you guys. Why does it look always so much easier? Hey, now I gotta work how to get this thing out of here. All right, now just keep in mind, guys, that rubber insulator up top, if your guys this is bad, make sure you guys replace this. This thing is perfect condition. Like I said, this car's been restored. Now here we got both of them. You guys can see the difference. This one actually, believe it or not, looks like it actually might be a 1-inch lowering spring, because it's a slightly not as tall as I thought it would be. It might be a 1-inch lowering spring already, but this is a 2-inch. You can definitely see the difference. It's definitely still shorter. So let's throw this bad boy in and start with the fronts. Now here, same way, I'm not going to use any tools. Just going to take this spring, work it back in here. If I can see if I can come this way, if this is easier. Maybe not. Work it back the way we came out. See if we can go this way instead. There we go. Put that rubber insulator up top. Start it there. Same thing, we're going to take our hand and use it as a spring compressor and just go up with it. Just like that, boys. Not too bad, huh? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, let's move up front. The fun really begins. All right, y'all, we got the wheels off. Went ahead and took those off. You guys don't have to watch that. Now, first step with the front springs. Now, they will be a little bit easier. There's a lot of different ways, a lot of different methods people do. What I like to do, I learned something back in the day. Someone taught me to not remove the ball joint up top, but actually remove the back 2 bolts of the rear lower control arm, so this thing will drop, swing out, and then you can put the one back in, and it'll be a lot easier to compress that spring that way. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna remove this shock first. That's the first thing you gotta do, is remove the shock. I'm gonna remove the shock. You got 2 bolts down here, 1 bolt up top, and that should drop right out. And then we'll remove these and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, y'all, so I got the bolts out on the lower control arm. I haven't let it down. Now, if you're doing this at home, it's actually easier, if you ask me, besides being on your back, of course. but the weight of the car will really help you. And then you're gonna have obviously a jack. You're gonna need a jack for sure, but you got to keep this in mind when you're removing this lower control arm. This steering linkage will get in the way, so you're gonna end up having to play with the steering linkage, move it back and forth however you can get that bolt out. That's the biggest issue that you'll run into. But now that we have both bolts off, we can lower this jack and that spring should come right out. Drop it like it's hot. Should be able to pull this bad boy out. Come on, spring, you're making me look bad. Cheers. Look at the difference, y'all. Big difference, y'all. Look at that. Yeah, big difference. That's probably stock height right there for sure up front. Look, that'll be 10 times easier to put in because look at how much less compression we have to actually go in and compress the spring down to. So like I said, this actually would be easier on the floor. I might even put it on the floor, I don't know yet, depending how hard it is to jack up that spring up in place. All right, boys, like I said, man, it always seems easier on YouTube, right? Pain in the butt, pain in my butt, but it is in. It looks freaking amazing. Look, guys, we actually ended up upgrading those little shocks a little bit because the ones that were in here, believe it or not, they were a little bit clapped out a little bit. I didn't like them, so I ended up just putting some nice new Monroes on there real quick just to make sure we had a decent ride, because those ones had no, like, the travel on them didn't even exist. They were super soft. They weren't rebounding like they should, but looks good, you guys. Now I expect you guys to have this side done, if you guys know me, you know. Oh, good job, boys, good job. I like how you guys do work, man. Y'all help me out. So this side's good to go as well. All we got to do is throw on the tires and see how this thing sits. Like that boy Snoop says, let's drop it like it's hot. I'm excited, y'all. This thing's gonna sit low, 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 low. Oh, Lord, look at that, boys. Man, even with these wheels, it looks freaking good. Let me stand back for y'all real quick. Let me see. Damn, Gina. It don't do no justice with these wheels, and not to mention my lift in the way. But man, look at that, y'all. What a difference. This thing was riding high, boys. This thing was riding super high. What this is gonna do too, it's actually gonna improve the handling quite a bit, man. Man, that looks freaking good. Let's go see if we can see a better visual on this side. Not really, huh? Not to mention, we gotta let that suspension settle a little bit. We're gonna end up having to drive this thing a little bit so it'll settle, huh? Look at that back though, boys. Yes, sir. That ass is looking good now. All nice and twerked out down here, making it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Huge difference, boys. Huge difference. What a difference. Imagine if we have some set of wheels on here, guys. We do got a set of wheels, but the problem is I don't know if they have them in stock or not. I gotta wait till Monday, so we'll see. But man, that'll make a huge difference. Look at that. That looks freaking good, boys. Super good. Guys, it is probably 105 today. It's freaking hot today. Crazy hot. But this thing has a big block. Has a big block. Do you guys want to see it? No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make you guys wait to the next upload, because the next upload we're gonna be doing a few couple things. Actually, we got a couple things coming, but next upload we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the little spoiler up front, you guys, so stay tuned for that. And I'll show you guys, I'll pop the hood on you guys and see what we're working with. But boy, she is looking nice. Well, boys, I'm gonna get some water and get in the shade for a second because I am dying. But you guys already know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell for notifications, and stay wrenchy.